about a pair of running backs who are hoping their number will be called plenty in today's game. It's the Eagles going up against the Chargers. Will this be the final season of Charger football in San Diego? I know two guys that hope it's not. That's our commentary team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Diego Chargers. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway in San Diego. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Marching out of the field, here come the Eagles, led by their quarterback Carson Wentz. And in Week 3, Mr. Wentz broke Tom Brady's record for most passes without an INT to start a career, 83. Pretty impressive.
So much for them saying that they planned for him not to really play in 2016.
Yeah, right?
Remember that? When Sam Bradford was supposed to be the quarterback, he wasn't supposed to play, kind of take a redshirt year, and only played a little bit in the preseason. Remember, he got hurt in the one preseason game that he played in, and now he's out there like a seasoned veteran marching towards the Pro Bowl.
And he's got the Eagles averaging more than 30 points a game, best in the league. Wentz, and bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he's brought down. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Philadelphia first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has a slide and find open space to throw.
And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the tight end, Zach Ertz, is key in this offense as we get a look at the starters.
Comes out of the factory known as Stanford, which keeps putting out tight ends. Zach Ertz, one of the better ones we've seen in recent years.
Second down, and the offense in search of 6 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? And we'll take a look quickly at the San Diego defense.
Brandon Flowers is a veteran quarterback who often has his speed questioned, but never his playmaking ability.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And that was textbook 3-4 defense. Normally the defensive line just eats up blocks. In this case, they ate up the blocks and still made the play against the running game. Really, really nice job.
So on 4th down, the Eagles will call on the left foot of Donnie Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. And he didn't didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So we will get a look at this San Diego Chargers offense and Phillip Rivers, who threw for over 300 yards in that loss against the Colts. But it was a loss, and when the camera was on him into that game, you just saw on his face the displeasure. He's a competitor. He wanted to win, and he knows they're only a couple plays away from being 3-0.
And for him, it's all about the winning. You mentioned being over 300 yards, but they are 1-2. And they've got to figure out how to keep the run game consistent. Melvin Gordon was held to, what, around 30 yards, somewhere in that neighborhood. Didn't really get that going. And he's lost his #1 receiver in Keenan Allen, so they have to continue to make adjustments. They had a key fumble from Hunter Henry down the stretch when they had a chance to win. They've got to eliminate those mistakes in order to get into the winning ledger again.
It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. They'll run with a second-year man. It's Melvin Gordon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. And I think we need to tip our cap to this Eagles defense coming off that Week 3 performance. Just 3 points they gave up to the Steelers.
And how many people saw this coming in preseason, right? When you talk about the Eagles, especially once they decided to name Carson Wentz as their starting quarterback, you just knew there'd be more pressure on the defense. That's what you felt anyway, the rookie QB. Instead, the rookie is thriving, and the defense is thriving as well. They're playing less plays. They're not on the field as long. And Fletcher Cox, he is doing work up front, and Malcolm Jenkins is holding down the back end.
Open man, it's Allen. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And Gates, nursing that hamstring in Week 3, did not play against Indianapolis.
And that's why they drafted Hunter Henry. Not because they think Antonio Gates doesn't still have value. He does get great value. But they're planning for the future. They drafted the youngster out of Arkansas, and he produced. Played well. What do you have, 5 catches, 76 yards? The only unfortunate thing was the fumble down the stretch when they had a chance to win the game.
To throw is Rivers. Finding time. And a catch made by Dontrell Inman. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now Gordon on first down. Fighting through. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Bo Allen on the stop. This offensive unit, often they rely on the sure-handed Antonio Gates.
We know all about his basketball background, but his football acumen, one of the best tight ends in the league.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9. Rivers to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Hunter Henry out of the University of Arkansas was definitely the consensus top tight end in the 2016 draft. I thought he might sneak into the first round. He didn't. But I think that Phillip Rivers is really happy to have him in San Diego. They're already starting to make that connection.
Throwing Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's in across the chalk. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon taking it in. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. Now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. They begin the drive with Ryan Matthews. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Wentz now on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So second down, 3 yards to go now. Wentz to throw on second down. His throw incomplete. He was looking to hit Ryan Matthews there out of the backfield. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. So incomplete on second down. Now they'll look to convert here on third. Wentz going to try and throw on third. to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Again, they'll run it. Again, it's Sproles. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step away and come back to San Diego after this. Fresh set of downs here. Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Darren Sproles, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Caleb Sturgis now for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the return comes from Dexter McCluster. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. And a touchdown given up the last time they were out there, so maybe need to refocus a little bit.
And make sure that they don't start finger pointing with each other, because oftentimes when a touchdown's given up, You say, okay, where did that happen? Who broke down? Who gave it up? Instead, just go back out there, be a unit again, and try and play a little bit better.
Yeah, see if they can play a little bit better on this drive. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. Benny Logan in there on the tackle. And we peek at the defense now for Philadelphia.
Fletcher Cox is a first-round pick who's fulfilled his promise. One of the best defensive linemen in the NFL.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down. Rivers now on second down. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
One man in the backfield is Gordon. They go play action here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Graham in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers surveying the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
Rivers to throw it. He's got time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, it definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
Now Sproles. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's a handoff to Sproles to start the drive. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. 7-all is the score. And we'll come back to San Diego after this. Back Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. And once again, they go with Sproles. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They'll run it with Sproles. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
4 yards remaining now on 2nd down. Now the former Oregon man, this is Kenyon Barner. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him. I see an extra DB on the field now for San Diego.
Yeah, indeed. They run again with Barner. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Down, Wentz. This complete to Josh Huff. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a Philadelphia first.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Wentz now on first down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down. This Chargers defense, they were dealt a little bit of a blow in Week 3. Manti Te'o gone for the year, and he was the leading tackler in the first 2 weeks of the season.
An Achilles injury, and that's just so unfortunate for them because it's a Chargers defense that needs to have all hands on deck to deal with what they have to deal with, especially in the AFC West, some high-powered offenses. So that's going to put more pressure on guys like Corey Liuget up front and Jason Verrett on the back end on the corner.
And boy, they've had the injury bug on offense. Keenan Allen, Danny Woodhead gone. Now Te'o tough. To the right side, caught by Salek. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
It's Wentz. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. Second and goal to go now. On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Ryan Matthews taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they? Point after now from Sturgis. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Right side catch. This is Gates. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Here comes the pressure, and the Eagles get there to block it. This is a live ball taken inside the 15. Well, Charles, special teams, they've been a problem for the San Diego Chargers in recent years, and another problem right there.
And everyone talks about making sure their special teams are strong. Teams like San Diego who have struggled talk about fixing it. but it doesn't always come together the way you want to. Sometimes it's just one of those epidemics that hits a team that takes a while to sort out.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
For a guy who went to college as a quarterback, Ryan Matthews has turned into quite the power runner. If he can only stay healthy, but his numbers would be huge, I think.
His numbers so far, 2 times over 1,000 yards with the Chargers, 5 years there now in his 2nd year with the Eagles.
Here we go. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
No, you're actually counting on your big boys to protect you from them. But on that play, the defensive tackle had the leverage, and he won the battle. No gain, correct?
No gain. Wentz going to throw. A dump off to Sproles. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. So now on 4th down, the Eagles will hand things over to their field goal kicker, and that's Caleb Sturgis. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
Now it's Sturgis converted on the field goal. Now he'll send this one away on the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. Oh, nice move. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll come out in the pistol. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Third down now following the completed pass. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
3rd and 2 and they ran the ball for only 1 yard and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to San Diego after this timeout. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And 10. Here's Wentz. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. So the offense has it 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Here we go.
On first down, Wentz. It's complete left side to Aguilar. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
No matter how you evaluate quarterbacks, at some point arm strength is going to come into the conversation. I'm really impressed by what I saw on that throw on the out route.
The offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Wentz now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Let's go. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, and the ball's out. Matthews loses it. That'll hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And welcome back, the offensive unit. They took the timeout, and now they get set to line up as we resume action. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen in the end of halves.
Final play of the half, Rivers. He's going to look for Allen into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Chargers are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Eagles will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Chargers come out on 3rd and 4. Catch is made after a quick pass, and he'll be tackled at their own 48-yard line. Chargers now later on the drive. Gordon's going to look for a gap, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. The Chargers take the early lead. Now 1st and 10. Matthews is going to stay inside after the handoff. He'll end up running for over 20 yards on the play. Later on the drive, Sproles is wide open, able to make the grab. And that's a house call. We're brand new at 7. Eagles have it at the 2. Matthews is going to look for a gap, and he capped off the long drive with a TD. Eagles is up now by 7. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now here's McCluster. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now working their way back onto the field, the Eagles defense. They look good in the first half. They'll be looking to carry that momentum over into half number 2.
Finish a game the way you started it. That's typically the message at halftime when things are going well. You've done everything you're expected to do. How about a little bit more of that in the second half? But be aware they may throw something different at you to begin things.
Yeah, 50% of the equation still left to go. Fake here on first down. He's going to go up top again. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Second down, Rivers again. Caught. It's Dontrell Inman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a 4-yard pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, Knew where the pressure was going to come from and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Second down, they'll run with Gordon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Rivers now from the 50. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
And he'll keep this one away from Sproles as this is angled toward the sideline. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's caught by Salah. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
Play action to Sproles. Wentz. And that's complete to Huff. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Let's go. Green, 39.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, let's switch gears for a second, Charles, because after this last week, social media was all abuzz about Terrell Pryor. He did everything for Cleveland. He caught a pass. He threw a pass. He rushed the football. He even played safety.
And I think that not just social media having a ball with this one, because he's a throwback. It was that type of a day. How about the buzz that has to be going throughout the league with the players? Because there are a number of guys now going to their coaches saying, you know something, I can do all those things Pryor can do. Let me have a chance.
I think he even flew the chartered flight home from Miami. I mean, he did everything in that game.
Contact.
He's got time in the pocket. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
It's a nice job hitting him on the angle route there. Come out of the backfield, cutting sharply across the middle. And that's good timing between the quarterback and his receiver.
Effective 3rd down play to move the chains.
Let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need it? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
That one goes for 24 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. Oh, what a move. Room here to run. And he'll cut that all the way in. Touchdown, San Diego. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Lambeau to add on the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ryan Matthews now gets set and ready to go again here on offense. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, how many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Penalty marker is down here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Holding offense. Still first down.
Wentz going to throw. Screen pass to Sproles. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
On play action, Wentz finding time. He's going to air one out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. Are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left. On third down, surveying the field, and incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away, but that brings up fourth. Here's Donnie Jones now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Comes the San Diego offense as they get set to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Josh Huff, the intended target. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense. Still 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. Working from the gun, Wentz. A dump off to Sproles. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him. But that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. A first-time Pro Bowler from 2015, Fletcher Cox. Coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Mission Valley and San Diego. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now on 2nd down. He's got time. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Benny Logan in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Second down, sacked by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Caught by Gates, left side. It'll be a gain of 18 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. The Chargers defense gearing up to take the field. And they got to be feeling good about forcing that long missed field goal the last go around.
And you know what upsets a kicker more than anything? Is missing a kick they think they can make and feeling like the other side believes that they had something to do with it. And it doesn't matter to those guys on defense. I know they're taking full credit. Yep, we forced him into the miss, and they're going to ride that confidence the rest of the way. We'll see if the kicker's able to get his confidence back as well.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And that's going to make it 4th down.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. Returning, it's Benjamin. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. 15.
First down, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On the counter, here's Gordon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
Who got 17? One set. Eyes up. One set. Ready.
Throwing Rivers. He's got time in the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. Danny Woodhead is intended target. And it'll be 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for San Diego. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And the Charger defense now making their way back out onto the field. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of, great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out, you feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. Wentz now on first down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Play action for Matthews. Now Wentz finding time. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Here comes the Eagles defense. They worked their way back onto the field. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here. See if they can force another 3-and-out. Fake here on 1st down. Inman has it over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 20 that time. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Pass interference. Defense.
So a pass interference here, and this is obviously a call we see all the time, but for the defender, it's becoming almost impossible to play defense in some of these situations.
You're trying to play through the receiver to the football. If there's any contact at all before he gets there, those officials will throw the flag and call interference.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. A 1st down throw here for Rivers. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Nolan Carroll. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
To him right up the gut. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be a Philadelphia first down.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Let's go! Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there's a flag on the field. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Holding offense. Still second down.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll run the option left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Rivers now after the fumble recovery. It's complete right side to Benjamin. They get 25 yards out of that one. Good enough for a San Diego first down. offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Right side catch. This is Gates. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
One receiver left. That's Allen. Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Dontrell Inman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Lambo on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Wentz now on 1st down. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And he's brought down after a good game.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Here we go now. 3-19.
1st and 10. Here's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. From the red zone now, Wentz. And that's complete to Huff. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll come out in the pistol.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll look to throw. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Matthews from 10 yards out. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. Now here's McCluster. Oh, spinning away. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now San Diego getting set to go. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's brought down. Give him 18 on that one. And it'll give the Chargers a first down. And quickly they get to the line. He's back to throw. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. He'll look to throw. Surveying the field. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now a 20th carry for Ryan Matthews. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. San Diego getting set to go. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here's Rivers. He's got time. This is Gordon on the jump ball. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And he just does get the spike. 1 second remaining. So the field goal, and now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that...